As a leadership speaker, you know what makes me different? I have gotten so many awards and honors, and I don't take them seriously. I am really focused on what I haven't done well and the mistakes I've made, and I really believe in sharing those with other people because I learn best when I'm going through these experiences, and I want to teach, and I want to educate, and I want to promote some good, solid leadership training that really helps develop people to be their best. I was trained in social work, and that came from a lifelong desire of just wanting to make a difference in the world and helping people. I've worked in mission-driven organizations, and I've led for-profit working in big bureaucratic institutions. I'm currently serving as an adjunct faculty member at the Thayer Institute, where I earned my Master of Leadership, Arts and Sciences. I have the distinct privilege of being President and CEO of Nathan Adelson Hospice. We're the largest not-for-profit hospice in Southern Nevada, and as a result of putting what I've learned into place, our organization has retained its standing as the hospice of choice, employer preference, and training center of excellence. I love talking about how to become an employer of preference, and I call it that, but it's really how to be a best place to work. We've done a lot of work in that area in our organization. I'm so proud. We've won a national award, top best places to work in the country 4 times. And so it's a wonderful honor, and so I have a lot of information on that, of what we've done to achieve that success. Now, throughout the years, I've learned that there are 2 approaches to performing leadership. There's a knowing mode or a learning mode. And you may be familiar with the knowing mode. You know, that's when you think you know everything. That's when people stay in their comfort zone. That's when people use the information at hand to make decisions. They're not looking to change their mind or looking for new information. And you know, I've got to tell you, I have a lot of experience living in the knowing mode. I mean, I'm a CEO. They gave me that fancy title, right? And so they pay me to believe that I know everything. And I have drank that Kool-Aid at times, and I'm here to tell you that what I've learned over the years is it's so much more effective to approach life and approach your leadership role from a learning mode. I mean, think about it. Isn't it better to align your thinking with what you want your organization to accomplish? So I've learned that I've had to continually ask myself if my thinking entertains new ideas. So when you're living in a learning mode, you're stretching yourself, you're stretching your thinking. And for me, I'm here to tell you that I've had to learn that I have to continually undo what I think I know. And I've learned what it takes to be an effective Chief Executive Officer. So today I want to introduce you to 4 key concepts. And when you use these together, you can build a high-performance organization. The first concept is making myself. One of the things that I really like to talk about is how to reinvent yourself and how to reinvent your organization. We live in a time where everything is changing so quickly. And with all those changes, it's so important to keep up with that, right? So I'm passionate about how to reinvent yourself, reinvent your organization, and make sure it's necessary and relevant. And it's really about taking a mirror and looking at ourselves. You know, simply put, it's not the recipe, but rather it's the cook. And what I've learned is that leadership can't be taught. It can't be something that is learned by watching me today and listening to me. It can't be learned by reading a book. The only way to learn how to be a good leader, an effective leader, is to practice. Think about it. When someone has an impressive title, do we just assume that they're successful? What I've learned is that that's not so, and leadership can't be taught. It can only be learned by doing it. The second concept is organization making. Composing high-performance organizations. I could just spend days talking about it. It's so much fun. And talking about what goes into that. And there's some concepts that I share with people to really help them move their organization forward. It's all about performing leadership and never about the leader per se. The results of leadership should be a sustainable, high-performance organization. And mistakes, embrace them and make sure that you use them to your advantage. So what I've learned is that we don't use solutions from the past, we don't create band-aids to cover up systems, and we don't throw money and people at problems. What we do is we prepare our organization for all the challenges and changes. And what we have to do is invest in what I call people making. I call it people making. It's really how you develop people and how you get them to perform better tomorrow than they do today and really playing to their competence. As I said, we want to make it necessary for competent people to perform their role better tomorrow than they do today. And a virtuoso leader, someone who is so superb in leadership, they never mistake enthusiasm for competence. But I have, right? I probably have been promoted for my enthusiasm a few times in my career. You know, in healthcare, we tend to promote enthusiastic people. And what I've learned is that I have to make sure that I'm asking questions to assess competence, and that the only measure of performance is performance. People that report to me, they pledge 3 things. They are to perform their role better tomorrow than they do today. They learn how to provide compelling leadership to others, and they function as an apprentice steward of the organization's mission. And then the 4th, meaning management. Another subject I like to speak about is the value of managing the meaning. You know, how do you manage meaning, especially during turbulent times? You know, I find that people like to define things for themselves, and so there's a real art to taking what's happening in your organization and moving that forward by you defining it before other people do it for you. It's so important for us to take responsibility to define the meaning of events in every conversation that we have with our employees. So I would ask all of you to ask yourselves, what are you doing to be the creator of your organization's story?